Why are you up?
Because I got some important shit going on here. What do you think?
The world class.
I have to take.
All right. So this is shout out to 5100. He sent me the link so I can find this. So I wanted to, it's gonna play a little bit. I want to give context. So this is I want to make sure people are not saying thinking that these brothers that are up here. This you gotta understand that Shushu is home. This is this family that she's around. So it's not really targeted at any of these brothers in the chat. That's on the panel. It's just, it's actually like this. It's like, you home, you got a place where you can just, express yourself, similar to a family meeting. Got my guy B9 right there. He always looked like he about to speak in jazz. I fucks with B.
Yeah.
I fucks with B9. B9, he's powerful, man. Honestly, God, he's powerful.
Yeah.
But actually, the whole tone of this video is literally you're gonna express it, and like I may have this live, you're gonna express it, and like again, ladies, if you anything you want me to stop, just let me know.
You didn't do this. Why you didn't do that? That's what we talking about. So when we say that it's differences, that's what we mean. It's not to say that you may not have to take on the responsibility. I am born to take on the responsibility. That's the difference. When you out of your role, that's why we have conversations like this. Because now you believe that you're supposed to do what I was born to do. That's the issue.
Well, damn.
And that's why you may be able to do some things that we can, but you'll never be as efficient or accurate with it. Never, no matter what you do.
We not as
women. Here's the thing: women can be in leadership positions. They can.
Yes.
I was in the military, seen it myself. Yes, they can hold leadership positions, and they can kick ass at them. They can. There'll always be a man who can do it better.
Can I say this? I'm sorry. I be so at a point where I'm just so over these conversations, and the reason why is like because I get on these people, and I think a lot of times they invite me on because they know I'll get sassy. I will. But
that's not why. Just want to be
the problem is like y'all really need to get like some legit feminists on here or some of these divested women to come on.
Bring them on
with them because sometimes like I'm listening, I'm taking it in, and what I'm hearing is y'all are coming at us looking for the answers for feminists, like for that you should be seeking from feminists.
Right.
And that part right there completely stuck out to me because that is to the T what is going on. And that's the T to the T, that's what's to be happening. Like y'all are unloading on the wrong person and you need to really go to them. Like, and I understand that that's not as easy because you can't really network with them like I did today with people that's on the same page, right? And if you go to their panels, it's contentious. But if you want to pop shit and run your mouth to these divestors and make diss videos, then you need to have the balls to go up on that panel and talk to them and stop attacking your own. That shit dumb. Like, oh, we're in the army, but I'm gonna shoot the platoon behind me. Like, I don't get it. It's foolish. It makes no sense to me at all.
We're practicing on y'all.
And Dusto is that's Dusto in the red. He on Black Manosphere. He got a show coming up. He's joking, but he's right. You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
bring them on
with them because sometimes like I'm listening, I'm taking it in, and what I'm hearing is y'all are coming at us looking for the answers for feminists, like for that you should be seeking from feminists.
Right. We're practicing on y'all.
But
don't use me as a punch of bait.
Pointing at us though. So
we're
it's
practicing
like,
on y'all.
And then, man, so I'm just looking like
what?
So I just be sitting here. I'm at a point where I'm just looking at y'all like, okay.
No, here's the thing. Like the questions I've been watching, and the questions that were presented tonight were general questions that men have experienced from not
Right.
feminists, but women in general. Like,
Facts.
the questions these guys have are questions I've had myself, just dealing with the women I've dealt with.
Like the
You know what
question
I'm
on the
saying?
screen right now.
Yeah,
Do
like-
men
like-
truly understand where women are coming from?
Well, here's the
You
thing
want-
to that.
do you want
I
to
think my thing is that I think that women don't understand where women are coming from. Not until they get later in age.
I think what happens is you're not paying attention to how we're conditioned, because girls are conditioned to go for a man who can properly provide for them, and not just properly provide for them. I'm talking about if a woman is going from her father's house to the arms and the house of a man, he has to be able to provide, if not, if just enough as what her father's providing for or more.
Right.
So for the guys out here who aren't even providing at least what her father is providing, yeah, you feeling some type of way when she look at you like, my daddy can do better than that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's not
So
true.
a lot of guys,
Go ahead.
and then a lot of females are spoiled. We are taught that we are soft and we are, we're flowers and we're feminine, and that's your feminine energy. And so when you have
what now?
your
What?
feminine energy and all this other stuff. So when you come at a woman, so now the whole question is, why can't you be honest with a woman? Oh, they get so emotional, they get in their feelings.
You want me to light your cigarette for you too?
I'm gonna check your tone, girl. Keep your inside voice on.
Shumerria.
I'm saying, like, you condition
You after her, Dusto. You after her.
and get upset when we behave in the way that we've been conditioned.
Right.
So what are you complaining about? That's how we've been.
So you can get.
All right, ladies. What y'all take? Y'all free range. What you seen? I don't like seeing myself on the video. I don't know how you I hate that. I don't like gladder than I can't. That should be irritating. Like, nigga, if you don't shut the fuck up. I'm tired of hearing I'm like saying myself, hearing my voice. What's y'all take on it? You said, first of all, let me say this. A lot of the stuff that you said was powerful, and I played that through past the part because I was like recording and I was like, I can't leave this part out because you proving my point in terms of the viewpoint that you have is it requires responsibility on the part of the man. And I think that's the part they're trying to get away with. You talking all of this requirement shit, but niggas don't bring up that point. If a woman has been taken care of at a certain level, and then you can't do that, nigga, that's a problem. And nigga, you have to step your game up. I couldn't leave that part out because you literally proved it. Like, they don't want to be held accountable. Like, they're so triggered by hearing women have their way, and I get that part, fellas. I get it. Hearing women have their way, and you get in this point where you just don't want them to have their way. That's why I always say I'm not tick for tatting with nobody. I'm not being black because these people white. I'm not about to do girl shit and try to get away with this shit that girls get away with just because they did. I'm not living like that. And then when they hear a woman say it and they're right, you dudes get in your body, you start attacking the people that don't have anything to do with that, because that shit is correct. Like, if she's been taken care of at a certain level by her dad, and you dudes are talking about nuclear family and traditions, okay, nigga, that's your cue. You know what I'm saying? So not only did she state and call you out, and it wasn't to nobody on the panel. It's just watching her speak. She's actually reestablishing a standard, which is what I say femininity is. Femininity is standards. It's not lip gloss and fucking how to ride a dick videos and pole dancing and stupid shit and makeup tutorials. Femininity is standards. Masculinity raises the ceiling. Femininity raises the floor. There's levels to this shit. So every time I raise it, I take her up another level. She got to come up and she has to meet. That's the burden she has. You got to try to keep up with me at a certain level. So it's enough pressure to not add bullshit on and not put shit on her floor that don't belong on her floor. Does that make sense? All right. So
can I just say something really quick before you guys dig, because I'm actually still taking and processing the video.
You can go back if you want.
No, it's okay. When Dusto was saying we're practicing on y'all, and I know he was saying it as a joke, but one thing somebody has told me that I've always kept with me is that it's always a little bit of truth in those jokes.
Fact.
So even though he was laughing, it's probably a little bit of truth in there.
Yes.
Right.
But I want to say I agree with what she was saying about women being raised and to be feminine. I mean, like I've always said, the issue is, and where the communication barrier comes from, is that girls are raised on the princess stories, that happily ever after, Prince Charming is coming to save you. Guys aren't raised on that. So if that's how we're raised, then that's just how we're raised. No different from me telling women that you can't complain about toxic masculinity when our boys are bred to be strong. Don't cry, toughen it up, bootstraps up. That's what our boys are taught. So you can't breed this throughout life, and then all of a sudden, because you're 45 years old and you're not married, now all of a sudden it's toxic masculinity. But it brought me to it made me think about a point that I had made about the passport bros. It's about the lack of responsibility and accountability. So while I knock nobody for having a passport, I knock nobody for going overseas. I knock nobody for going overseas and sewing your little royal oats. Do you? My problem comes in at, I saw a posting that said something about you can make $32,000 a year and go to Colombia or somewhere, and all of a sudden you're a kingpin. You can do this. You could feed. You could take care of 5 families. I said, well, hold on. So now we're perpetuating the idea of our melanated men taking their McDonald's salary job, because McDonald's employees are making $32,000 a year. They're taking their McDonald's salary jobs. They're running over to another country where people are sucking on dirt rocks for dinner. So you're going somewhere where your stock got an automatic boost instead of being responsible and fixing the problem here, because running over there trying to get another woman who wants to adopt a Western culture is not going to solve your problem. You complain about the Western culture here, but you're running over there perpetuating it.
Ain't that something?
Yep.
Ain't that something? So you're a colonist, basically. Damn. Shit. Ain't that a bitch?
Wow. That's so true, though.
Shoo. Comment on your comments. You know, you said it all.
Yeah. And
how about this? Kind of explain to us what we didn't see, like what you were thinking about, like what was running through your mind to kind of prompt you to go there. I know your brother was talking. It couldn't have, was it? Well, yeah, explain it. I know, was it all of what he said, or was it a combination? Had you seen stuff earlier that day? What was kind of running through your mind before you?
No, it's just sometimes I get to a point where I sit on a panel and I'm just like, I feel like we running in circles with this conversation.
Yeah.
And we're running in circles because, number one, people aren't listening to each other. And then number two, we're not we're not talking to the right people. So it's like, okay, you are listening, or these are your frustrations and but you're not having a conversation with the women who are perpetuating that.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Yes.
Like, even for women, you're not having the conversation with the men who are perpetuating that. That's the problem.
Yes.
And then even with men who don't want to accept accountability for certain things, like they kind of gloss over that. And this, which is why I brought that up too. Like, you got to look at women are conditioned a certain way.
Yeah.
So, but you want to gloss over that. Like, her dad provided her a certain lifestyle. So when you come in, you have to already come out the gate, taking her from her father's house into your house with the same standard of living or better.
That's true.
But if you don't have that same standard of living, you're not at that level, but you still want the woman, but you don't want to put in the work, or you're upset with her for requiring that. Like, well, okay, well, what needs to happen? You need to step your game up. But you're mad because she wants you to step your game up. Like, you know, we kind of gloss over that and just jump to the whole idea of, well, women, they want men to make this kind of money. They want men to provide this kind of lifestyle. Well, if she comes from that kind of lifestyle, that's the life she's used to living, then yeah, she got a right to require that. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's just like, with men who require certain things of women. I mean, if you are a man of principle and you handling your responsibilities, yeah, you got a right to require certain things of a woman. If you are taking care of your responsibility, you're a man of principle. Yeah, you got a right to require what you want to.
Y'all hear this? I don't know how y'all be arguing with them. I don't be in these arguments with these ladies. Jay, did you want to expound? Or you that's the one, that's what you wanted to point out?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just add like a little bit more, like how they were saying, they love to talk about their requirements for women and what women should be doing. And you can notice how their eyes light up when they want to speak about those things. But as soon as you turn it around and speak about the requirements of men, they start beatboxing and they want to say, well, when Mexicans came over here, their women submit to them. They start bringing in other stuff to deflect from their responsibility of what they're supposed to be doing as a man. So that's all I wanted to add.
I want to say something.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Thank you. I swear, it's on that live when Hanifa said certain. I'm sorry, and this is no shade, no nothing. I was on another panel, and I swear this other panelist said exactly the same thing. Same talking point I had said. Nobody shot her down. Nobody gave her pushback. Nobody called her a feminist. None of that. But as soon as it come out of my mouth, oh, wait a minute, now shoot. Wait a minute, now shoot. They give me pushback on everything. And I'm just sitting up here like, well, wait a minute now, where's the pushback for her? You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's because, and another thing, I guess another point, she's married too. So I don't know. Maybe that's a part of it. I'm a single woman talking like, oh yeah, a man and a woman bring equal value to a relationship. Oh wait a minute, not shoot. Wait. Men and women aren't equal. I'm not saying men and women. I said we can bring equal value to the table. God gave man one thing. God said, all right, I'm gonna give man. I'm gonna give you what I want you to have. Woman, I'm gonna give you what I want you to have.
That's facts.
But what you're supposed to do is put it together.
Indeed.
Because that brings balance.
Just like when we have the formula shortage. In a household, we have a baby, there's a formula shortage. Who can feed the baby? Mama can. That's the value that mama brings to the table. That's the value that the female brings to that relationship.
Right.
Thanks. Go ahead, Lexie. I want to expound on that, but I want you to go in. You get it?
No, I just wanted to say that when you mentioned the father and what she's used to, that's very reasonable, because when someone's interested in me, I have to have them talk to my dad or my brother. My dad and my brothers, they know how I am. They'll know if this guy can deal with me. They'll know if he's really the real deal. And when I was younger, and I grew up in an environment where not most men have all the opportunities, and my dad is a mechanic, and my sister and I would have a little crush on a guy. My dad would tell us to bring him to the shop and leave him there with him. And he would put him to work. And some boys, they would be like, this is too much for me. I don't want to dirty my hands and stuff like that. He's like, well, then you're not ready for my daughter. Like, my daughters know how to change a tire. They know what's going on in here. And they're feminine, And yes, I do think that some of these gentlemen on these panels want to force the women to do these things, and they don't realize that the foundation is them. The inspiration is them. If they don't come correct, why would we be inspired? I'm not going to do something because of an obligation. I want to be inspired to take care of you, to grow with you, to learn and have patience. Not that you're going to say to me, you're a woman, you're feminist. You're a woman, you're supposed to be feminine, and you just should bow down to me. And it's like, well, you don't have the qualifications. And it's not based on me trying to be like, I need a man to make so much money, or I need this. It's based on what I see my father do and my brother do. And if that is enough to deter you from stepping up your game, then you're not gonna have an everlasting relationship with me. So I just wanted to say that some of these gentlemen really aren't equipped with what it takes to rise up or to put the woman on a platform for her to be more of what he wants. because they don't realize that it takes patience. It takes a level of understanding and processing for the man to be able to understand what's going on with the woman, because I've had moments when I express myself like my little tantrum to my brother, and then he breaks it down, and I'm like, damn, you got me. You got me, like, you get it. I don't get it the way that a man gets it. But when a man gets it, it humbles me, and it builds like a trust or a bond. And I think that that's something that's missing when I watch some of these panels. You have these beautiful women sharing, and then these guys are just attacking. And I think that is a good point, that they do behave differently with the women that are married. They do have a different way of interacting with the females that are married.
It's to fit the narrative. Facts.
Right. Yeah. But you know what? Something too, I thought about that's interesting. You know, as much as I know men put the responsibility on the women to raise their daughters or to groom their daughters to be wives, but men help groom their daughters to be wives also. Yeah. And the reason why I say this, because what's interesting to me is, and I don't think the men on these panels realize, oh, well, what are you going to college and getting all this money for? Because men don't care about your money. Men don't care about your degree and da-da-da-da-da. Then why are you sending your daughter to college? If you want your daughter to be a wife, why aren't you going out and trying to vet men to be a husband for your daughter? If education doesn't matter, income doesn't matter, because that's where he comes in. He's supposed to be provided. He's supposed to take care of her. Why send her to college? Why have her thinking about, oh, what kind of professions she should want to go into and all this other stuff? Right. I think a lot of times on these panels, men don't hear themselves. Like, actually take a step back and listen to what it is they're saying. It's a lot of contradiction.
Gosh, I got a whole, man, I do this. I be trashing them dudes because they don't listen. They can't think. And they just be talking just to be talking because they want to get feelings off. But want to highlight this facts and uncomfortable truth with Bernard S. He says, hands to wheel conversation. Thank you. I say this all the time. That's why I'm about to back off this whole thing. No, you're not. But I will be producing in the background, and I will be like a toothache. You're definitely not backing off, because here's the thing. If it's one channel that you'll be able to go to other than this without the fuck shit, it'll be his channel. Where you're not going to be disrespecting, we're not tolerating that. Because you actually have to, I'm actually asking and challenging you to step it up double to what you've been doing, Brother Bernard, because of situations like this where you got women that have a lot to say on these topics, and we need to facilitate that. So this is what we do here. We men. That's my big brother. We talk often. So yeah, I definitely challenge you, and to push the conversation forward, because when they sell us out, we upsell. When they trade on us, we trade up. So we don't tick for tack. We just go to the next level, man. So
and shout out to Bernard. I just wanted to say, oftentimes you hear women today complaining about men not protecting women. And it's typically coming from the women who really haven't earned the right to be protected. Because throughout my entire life, I've never not been protected from men. I've been protected by fathers, brothers, uncles, cousins, just men that I knew. I've been protected by strangers in social media that I've never met before. So when they see something in you, when they know that you're genuine, when they know that you're not with the foolishness, you're not one of those so-called feminists, you do get that protection. So for me, because I've always experienced that, when I went through my experience on BGS's channel, I was like, wow, I really cannot believe this. I'm not used to that. I'm used to being protected by men because of my values and my standards.
Yep.
I feel the exact same way. Like, that's why certain statements, like when, what's her name? She was talking about we're all black babies or something like that. I was like, how can you say that?
Cynthia G.
Synthetic G.
Yeah, like, how can you say that?
Gremlin G.
Like, you don't have any man in your life that you care about? Like, to say that is like saying, delete their whole existence. Like, how can you?
She came from one.
Exactly. like it goes to the same question as a lot of black women ask black men, like, well, your mama black, ain't your daddy black? How can you say something like that?
Only the mama. Only them. He only come for your mama now. He was just walking by that one day. So Savannah, you good?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
funny. I just want to say, at this point, I feel like the men who are the women, when I hear women say they don't want or need a man, I think they're either lesbians or they just hate men. So what's the difference between the men on these panels that can't even vocalize the fact that they want a woman?
Mm-hmm.
I find that very strange. And I'm not one to throw out the gay word, but a lot of y'all are moving very funny. And I feel like with the rise of like Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels, it's usually a few content creators that will they'll go viral, and the men's behavior just acts up. It's always around these times. So just think for yourself. That's how is a woman supposed to respect you if you're waiting to form your opinion based on what the next man is saying? She should just get with him and not you. And the whole thing about the woman having a father in her life and they will quickly categorize her as spoiled is completely insane to me. It's like they want a submissive woman handed to them. Shouldn't you compete? We're always complaining about these women out here who are overweight, unattractive, aggressive, combative. They're not competing. But then you turn around and you want to not be able to protect a woman on the internet. It's the internet. This is why I understand when women say that men are scared to fight nowadays, because y'all are scared to just type on a keyboard to correct another man. So how are feminine women supposed to trust you to protect them in their vulnerable state? So
Bang,
I don't know.
Bang, bang.
It's getting weird out here, y'all.
I told you. I'm talking about Savannah. She vicious. And he's got to the point where it's like a simp means that you're not a homosexual. That's what it means now. Like if you actually like women, you're a simp. You know, and if you express that you have any type of attraction to any woman that's clearly beautiful, then you're simping. And it's you hit the nail on the head with that. So we getting into it's the ratchet part of the video, because Dalllas is about this shit pissed me off. I ain't gonna sit there and lie. This part made me mad. I might beat this old man up if I see him a little bit. I might slap him down. I don't care if he try to flag the channel. I'm probably just gonna beat you up because this shit was so disrespectful. Because y'all being fuck niggas. So let's give the context, right? Anybody had anything to say on what Shushu said in the video before we go forward? Lexie, I know you've been quiet. You've been chilling.
No, I just love what everyone is saying, and you know, I really, it breaks my heart to see how some of these black ladies get treated, because they'll come at me and I feel it, like shoot, like Dalllas was saying, like I'm like, whoa, what the hell is going on? So when a man raises his voice, I get nervous, I get anxious, I don't feel right. And I'm not the type of woman who's gonna be like, oh, hold up a second, let me buck up to him too. I'm not like that, and it really breaks my heart when I see these feminine black women that these gentlemen are saying don't exist, being very respectful on these panels, trying to share a perspective. These are the women you say you want, right? And the women are doing everything to try to navigate those waters. And then there's guys there that don't even say, hey, bro, chill, bro. Like, let her talk. Other women have to jump in and say, relax, let her make her point, make her point. And then all of a sudden, you know, if you're a pretty girl, you get attacked. If a guy defends you, you get attacked because you're pretty and he's a simp. And it becomes all this extra stuff. And then you get lost. You get lost. And then there's men like Tommy. You know, Tommy has little daughters. And Tommy isn't like a softie. He's like, you could tell he's no joke. And sometimes when he talks to the females, I love watching him because he does, you could tell that he's no joke, but he does it in such a way that it reaches me. It reaches me, you know, and even when Noble does it, or even when Sharon does it, it just reaches me. And I think that when the guys attack the ladies, and I know that I don't get it the way that most of you do, because maybe because I'm Latina, they don't give it to me as raw. Yeah. But I watch it and I'm like, damn, dude, like for real, look at this beautiful woman smiling, chilling, taking it, and you don't want to like back down. You don't know how to check yourself and say like, damn, I'm coming in strong, because I shouldn't have to tell you that. And like Savannah said, these gentlemen, you know, they don't step up, at least just as polite conversation and respectfully. Not that you're now advocating for this female. It's just like, listen, you know, human behavior and human conduct should be a universal thing. It shouldn't be selective and conditional. And that's the thing that bothers me, is the behavior. Because then the ladies, including myself, we can come out of character, we can book up, we can do that stuff, but it's not in our nature. I have to go access that individual within me. And when I do bring her forth, I don't like the way I feel. So I'd rather just remove myself from the situation. So I just wanted to add that to everything else you beautiful people are already highlighting.
We definitely appreciate it. Definitely. Yeah. Back to the ghetto sphere.
They would be fools to resist my divine power.
His death was a necessary loss. Soon I will have a new apprentice, one far younger and more powerful.
Remember, friend, when a king is loved as I am, much can be accomplished.
We didn't do this because we like you. We did this because we are you.
Boom, the world class.